Coach, let's talk recruiting and some new rules, but before we do that, just to give an update on how the top 3 teams in the conference are doing. Ohio State's presently ranked 4th, Penn State's 9th, and Michigan's 11th. That's in the country, and that's 1, 2, and 3 in the league. So this is a league that has done very well historically recruiting, but there's been pretty significant changes the last 3 years. Why don't you tell us what the changes have been and what you like and don't like about them?
Back in the old days, Jerry, recruiting really started you watched them as juniors, you got their names, sent them mailers, got them to camp, and then their senior year, September 1st or the senior year, you were allowed to call them. And you'd watch them play their senior year. You'd get about 3 or 4 games, you'd call their high school coach, their families, you'd have that relationship, but you really wouldn't go after them until after your last game. December, you're on the road. You're constantly, every night, I remember every night, you do too, every night you're in someone's home. You're getting to meet these players and you're going on and on. That continues through about January. And then about 3 weeks into January, that's when people start making decisions and teams start filling up the rosters. Now it's all about the bottom line. Everybody keep in mind, the bottom line is that young person, he has a right to go wherever he wants to go to school.
Right.
When I hear something, well, he committed to me as a sophomore, and that, okay, he's gained 40 pounds and becomes much better player. He wants to go to Clemson, go to Clemson. When you're 16 years old, imagine if the world was driven by 16-year-olds, the decisions are made. You need your family's help. You need to take your time, decompress, look at everything, and make that decision. Here's the rules now. You start recruiting them about when they're a sophomore, sometimes freshmen. Right. My son gained 40 pounds his senior year. You know, football is a developmental sport. There's a guy's 230 pounds, and all of a sudden you wake up one day, a year later, they're 290, and they go from being a MAC recruit at Bowling Green, like I used to coach, to going to get recruited by Michigan State or Nebraska. And that's why I think it should slow down. So the rules are this now. You can start contacting them much earlier. The players are on campus. How about this? They can take an official paid visit now in spring of their junior year.
Right.
And that forces coaches now to make offers when they're sophomores or you're out of the game. I'm offering players, or I was, offering players that were sophomores it's pure projection. I don't know what he's going to look like. There's time we're offering players, haven't even started a game.
Let me interrupt you there for a second. Isn't it ultimately up to the coaches when they offer scholarship? By way of example, they could change the rules all they want. Couldn't the American Football Coaches Association come to an agreement?
They never will.
I know they never will, but my point is, it's really up to the coaches when they offer.
Okay, here's what happens. I was at Utah. Okay, I'm the head coach of Utah. I would offer you're a player that I have projected, Eric Weddle. I'm projecting you to be a great player. He's under the radar. Okay, Eric Weddle, an all-pro, 13-year veteran in the NFL. Okay, I'm recruiting you. And all of a sudden, I'm going to put pressure on you because, Eric, I want you to come to Utah. Deep in my heart, knowing this guy's going to get really good, and USC and UCLA are going to come get him. Mm-hmm. I'm going to try to lock him down as hard and as fast as I can, because I know what I do. Back then when Utah was in the Mountain West, and you're talking about USC and Utah, go to USC. I try to lock him down. Okay, now I'm the head coach at Florida, Ohio State. I don't offer that early. I'm going to go watch Eric Weddle play his senior year. I want to evaluate him. I want to get to know him. I want to take my time and see if he becomes a superstar player that he became. So much different philosophy. You say, let's get all the coaches together to make a decision. They're not. They have a job to protect their school.
Right.
Utah, Indiana, that's a much different than an Alabama, Clemson, Ohio State.
Okay, so you and I have had a lot of conversations that because of our own personal experiences, we have differing opinions. I'm at Vanderbilt, and I'm in Indiana, and I'm a have-not. I want to be protected.
Early signing benefits the have-nots.
Absolutely.
Okay, I personally could care less about a have or have-not.
Okay.
I care about one thing. That player deserves to go wherever they want to go.
Correct, I agree with that.
If they want, what if you say this kid's locked in, he blows up, and all of a sudden, he's a 4.0 student, his dream is to go to Stanford.
I don't sign until the first weekend, the first Wednesday in February then.
That's, in theory, that sounds pretty good. That's not the way it's working right now.
I agree.
98% of the kids sign on the first Wednesday in December. I don't agree with it. Ohio State's done very well by it, so I'm not complaining. It's just there's more chances of misses for the student athlete, and there's more chance of misses for the college athlete. Slow things down whenever, we have a saying, press pause. Take your time. This new rule, the new system that's been put in place is all about speeding up the recruiting process. I think that'll move it way back. I think they shouldn't decide until, obviously, the old signing date.